Welcome to another episode of In the Middle of It All at Rolfe. Our intro music is called A Very Playful Kid and was created by 7th grader Andrea Rawls. My name is Allison Boyd, and I am the school's innovative learning coach here at Rolfe, and you're in for a special treat for this episode. Our students in the club have created a reader's theater, but you might not know what a reader's theater is. So let me explain that to you. It's like a stage play, but without the props and costumes. With readers' theaters, typically actors will read from a script, but there are exaggerated movements, accents, and actions, but they're done independently, so the actors don't physically interact with each other. They almost perform out to the audience. So it's something you definitely want to check out and see online. Obviously, you can't see us on our podcast, so we've also adopted old-time radio show effects. And that was a show on the radio way back when that would have songs and stories. Families would gather around the radio and listen to it. And one of the most famous old-time radio shows was one that was broadcasted on October 30th, 1938 by Orson Welles. He presented War of the Worlds. But his story was so realistic over the radio, with sound effects of broadcasts coming in, news flashes, that people thought there was an actual invasion by Martians on Earth, to the point that it led to panic and evacuations and caused very much a stir amongst those who listened to it and made history. Ours is not quite like that, but we do have sound effects. And now also with the world of AI, even if we aren't fully an artist, we have been able to use our imaginations and create imagery to help tell our story. So think like Reading Rainbow with LeVar Burton. That is also another throwback. If you don't know Reading Rainbow, definitely check it out because it's the best. Our story, though, is a reader's theater called 3 Sideways Stories from Wayside School, and it's by the author Louis Sachar. He is the author of the famous book Holes, Wayside School is Falling Down, 6th Grade Secrets,
Marvin Redpost,
and many more. And his book has been adapted by Aaron Shepard into reader's theater form. Aaron Shepard wanted to instill a love of reading for students, so he has kindly produced these reader's theaters for students around the world to perform and to do it for free and be able to share it with others. So we want to thank him for that. But why did we pick this reader's theater? Well, Sideways Stories from Wayside School goes way back, and it was written in the 80s. And for me, when I was in school, like when dinosaurs walked the earth, in 3rd grade, my teacher would tell us a story every day. She would pick a different book and then read a chapter as we went through. And at one point, she picked Sideways Stories from Wayside School, and she'd read about a character each day. My name is Allison, and one of the characters in the book is named Allison. So automatically, I felt a bond to this character and story. But I also liked that at the end of the day, we had this nice time to enjoy a good book and sit together and just listen and enjoy stories. So that was something that I always remembered as a kid. But I also got to actually meet Louis Sachar in person at the Dumbarton Library. It has now been moved to Libby Mill, so Little Dumbarton Library is no longer there, but it's at Libby Mill Library. And back then, he spoke to us, and he also signed our books. So he signed my copies of Wayside School and Wayside School is Falling Down, and he also shook my hand. So it has become a core memory of mine from like the 4th grade. So the thing is, though, that was my memories. But as we looked at this story with the group, the podcast club, the students told me that it actually was also made into a cartoon show as well. So it is something that has been from their childhoods, and it really all comes full circle for all of us in all of our childhoods. So we hope you enjoy this little piece of nostalgia from all of us. And without further ado, here is Wayside Stories from Wayside School.
Hi, I'm Samaya, and I'll be playing as Miss Jules.
Hello, I'm Jemiah, and I'll be voicing narrator 4.
Hi, I'm Chloe, and I'll be voicing narrator 1.
Hi, I'm London, and I'll be voicing narrator 2.
Hello, I'm Sasha, and I'll be
voicing narrator 3.
Hi, I'm Royal, and I'll be voicing Joe.
We're going to tell you about 3 of the children in Mrs. Jules' class on the 13th story of Wayside School.
But before we get to them, there's something you ought to know. Wayside School was accidentally built sideways.
It was supposed to be only 1 story high with 30 classrooms all in a row. Instead, it is 30 stories high with 1 classroom on each story.
The builder said he was very sorry.
Our first story is about Joe. One day, Miss Jules kept him in from recess.
Joe, you're going to have to learn to count.
But Miss Jules, I already know how to count. Let me go to recess.
First, count to 10.
Joe counted to 10.
6, 8, 12, 1, 5, 2, 7, 11, 3, 10.
No, Joe, that is wrong.
No, it isn't. I counted till I got to 10.
But you were wrong. I'll prove it to you.
She put down 5 pencils.
How many pencils do we have here, Joe?
Joe counted the pencils.
4, 6, 1, 5. There are 5 pencils, Miss Jules.
That's wrong.
How many pencils are there?
5.
That's what I said. May I go to recess now?
No, you got the right answer, but you counted the wrong way. You were just lucky.
She set down 8 potatoes.
How many potatoes, Joe?
Joe counted the potatoes.
7, 5, 3, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. There are 8 potatoes, Miss Jules.
No, there are 8.
But that's what I said. May I go to recess now?
No, you got the right answer, but you count the wrong way again.
She put down 3 books.
Count the books, Joe.
Joe counted the books.
1,000, 1,000,000, 3. There are 3 books, Miss Jules.
Correct?
May I go to recess now?
No.
May I have a potato?
No, listen to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you say it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good.
She'd put down 6 erasers.
Now count the erasers, Joe, just the way I showed you.
Joe counted the erasers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10, Miss Jules.
No.
Did I count it right?
Yes, you counted right, but you got the wrong answer.
This doesn't make any sense. When I count the wrong way, I get the right answer. When I count the right way, I get the wrong answer.
Oh.
Miss Jules hit her head against the wall 5 times.
How many times I hit my head against the wall, Joe?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You hit your head against the wall 10 times.
No.
4, 6, 1, 9, 5. You hit your head 5 times.
Mrs. Jules shook her head no and said,
Yes, that is right.
Just then, the bell rang.
Oh, darn.
Said Joe.
I missed recess.
My name's Vaughn, and I'm voicing narrator 4.
My name is Jabril, and I'm voicing McAlvin.
My name is Larry, and I'm voicing narrator 2.
My name is London, and I'm voicing Miss Jules.
My name is Danae, I'm voicing narrator 3.
My name is Xander, and I'm voicing Louis.
My name is Isabella, and I'm voicing narrator 1.
My name is Kaden, and I'm the voice for Bebe.
Our second story is about Bibi.
Bibi was the fastest drawer in Miss Jules' class. She could draw a cat in less than 45 seconds, a dog in less than 30, and a flower in less than 8 seconds.
But of course, BB never just drew just one dog, or one cat, or one flower.
Art was from 12:30 to 1:30. Why? In that time, she can draw 50 cats, 100 flowers, 20 dogs, and several eggs or watermelons.
You see, it took her the same time to draw a watermelon as an egg.
Calvin said next to Bibi, he didn't think he was very good at art. It took him the whole period just to draw one airplane.
So instead, he just helped BB. He was BB's assistant.
As soon as Bibi would finish one masterpiece, Calvin would take it from her and set it down a clean sheet of paper. Whenever her crayon ran low, Calvin was ready with a new crayon.
That way, BB didn't have to waste any time, and in return, BB would draw 5 or 6 airplanes for Calvin.
It was 12:30, time for art.
BB was ready. On her desk was a yellow sheet of construction paper. In her hand was a green crayon.
Calvin was ready. He held a stack of paper and a box of crayons.
Ready, BB?
Ready, Calvin?
All right, class.
Said Miss Jules.
Time for art.
She had hardly finished her sentence when BB had drawn a picture of a leaf.
Calvin took it from her and put down another piece of paper.
Red.
Calvin handed BB a red crayon.
Blue.
He gave her a blue crown.
They were quite a pair. Their teamwork was remarkable.
BB drew pictures as fast as Calvin could pick up the old paper and set down the new.
A fish.
An apple.
3 cherries.
Bing!
Bing!
At 1:30, Miss Jules announced,
Okay, class. Art is over.
BB dropped her crayon and fell over on her desk.
Calvin sighed and leaned back in his chair. He could hardly move.
They had broken their own record. BB had drawn 378 pictures. They lay in a pile on Calvin's desk.
Miss Jules walked by.
Calvin, did you draw all these pictures?
No, BB drew them all.
Well then, what did you draw?
I didn't draw anything.
Why not? Don't you like art?
I love art. That's why I didn't do anything. That's why I didn't draw anything.
I don't understand.
It would have taken me the whole period just to draw one picture. And BB would have only been able to draw 100 pictures. But with the two of us working together, she was able to draw 378 pictures. That's a lot more art.
BB and Calvin shook hands.
No. That isn't how you measure art. It isn't how many pictures you have, but how good the pictures are. Why? A person could spend their whole life drawing just one picture of a cat. And in that time, I'm sure BB would draw 1,000,000 cats.
2,000,000.
But if that one picture is better than each of BB's 2,000,000, then that person has produced more art than BB.
BB looked like she was going to cry. She picked up all the pictures from Calvin's desk and threw them in the garbage.
Then she ran from the room, down all the stairs, out into the playground.
Louis, the nice yard teacher, spotted her.
Where you going, BB?
I'm going home to draw a picture of a cat.
Will you bring me to school and show me the school tomorrow?
Tomorrow? By tomorrow, I'll be finished with even one whisker.
My name's Vaughn, and I'm voicing narrator 4.
My name is Jabril, and I'm voicing Calvin.
My name is Lyric, and I'm voicing narrator 2.
My name is London, and I'm voicing Miss Jules.
My name is Xander, and I'm the voice of Louis.
My name is Isabella, and I'm voicing narrator 1.
My name is Kate, and I'm the voice of narrator 3.
Our final story is about Calvin. One day, Mrs. Jules said,
Calvin, I want you to take this note to Miss Zarves for me.
Miss Zarves?
Yes, Miss Zarves. You know where she is, don't you?
Yes, she's on the 19th story.
That's right, Calvin. Take it to her.
Calvin didn't move.
Well, what are you waiting for?
She's on the 19th story.
Yes, we already established that fact.
The 19th story.
Yes, Calvin, the 19th story. Now take it to her before I lose my patience.
But Miss Jules.
Now, Calvin.
Yes, ma'am.
Calvin walked out of the classroom and stood outside the door.
He didn't know where to go.
As you know, when the builder built Wayside High School, he accidentally built it sideways. But he also forgot to build the 19th story.
He built the 18th and the 20th, but no 19th. He said he was very sorry.
There was also no Miss Zarves.
Miss Zarves taught on the 19th story. Since there was no 19th story, there was no Miss Zarves.
And besides that, as if Calvin didn't have enough problems, there was no note.
Miss Jules had never given Calvin a note.
Boy, this is just great. I'm supposed to take a note that I don't have to a teacher that doesn't exist? And who teaches on a story that was never built?
He didn't know what to do.
He walked down to the 18th story.
Then back up to the 20th.
Then back down to the 18th.
And back up again to the 20th.
There was no 19th story.
There had never been a 19th story.
There will never be a 19th story.
Calvin walked down to the administration office on the first story. He decided to put the note in Miss Zarves' mailbox.
But there wasn't one of those either. That didn't bother Calvin too much, though, since he didn't have a note.
He looked out the window and saw Louis, the yard teacher, shooting baskets.
Louis will know what to do.
Calvin went outside.
Hey, Louis,
Hi, Calvin. Do you want to play a game?
I don't have time. I have to deliver a note to Ms. Darves upon the 19th story.
Then what are you doing all the way down here?
There is no 19th story.
Then where's Ms. Zarves?
There is no Ms. Darves.
What are you going to do with that note?
There is no note.
I understand.
That's good, because I sure don't.
It is very simple. You are not supposed to take no notes to no teachers. You already haven't done it.
Calvin still didn't understand.
I'll just have to tell Ms. Jules that I couldn't deliver the note.
That's good. The truth is always the best. Besides, I don't think I understand what I just said either.
Calvin walked back up the 30 flights of stairs to Mrs. Jules' class.
Thank you very much, Calvin.
But
That was a very important note, and I'm glad I was able to count on you.
yes, but you see,
It was very important. I told Ms. Zarves not to meet me for lunch.
don't worry,
Said Calvin.
she won't.
So now you know about Wayside School. Some people say these stories are strange and silly.
That's probably true.
But when the children at Wayside School heard stories about us, they thought we were strange and silly.
And that's for sure.